Hey everyone, today we look at what I have found to just be some of the worst legendary Pokemon. Now, even though I say these are the worst, it doesn't mean the Pokemon themselves are bad, or that no one can like them. It just means that they can be bad, and that no one should like them. Okay, I'm just kidding. Most legendary Pokemon are unique. Most of the reason these guys end up on the list are through weird decisions made by the developers, and not the Pokemon themselves. So don't worry, there's always a light in the darkness, or something deep. Metaphors. Yeah. Also, we're gonna go ahead and just combine all these mythical and mystic Pokemon with the legendaries so we have one defined group, because it's pretty much the same thing. I know how much of a stickler we all are with our Pokemon classifications. Come on, guys, there are more important things to complain about, like whether these are beasts, dogs, or cats. What a topic to really pound in the dirt. Welcome, everyone, to my top 10 worst legendary Pokemon. Put the intro here. This is where the intro goes. Number 10. Reshiram. Reshiram is a Pokemon with the typing I was looking forward to for years. However, I just don't feel like it was properly executed. I always pictured the combination of fire and dragon to be more menacing and powerful looking. Unfortunately, Reshiram just doesn't deliver on that front. I think the idea of a white flame is a cool idea for a design, but it felt like they were trying to push the yin and yang symbolism too much and threw in fire as an afterthought. Its design just doesn't fit what I pictured the first fire dragon to be. It looks like a rabbit bird with deformed hands and an upside-down swan on its chest. Frankly, you could tell me that this is a normal dragon, only dragon, or even an ice dragon, and I wouldn't bat an eyelash. A rabbit bird Pokemon does sound cool, actually. Or really, really weird. Number 9. Regirock. I don't know, man, it's a rock. It's like Graveler, but ancient and less dirt. It is cleaner. At least with Regice and Registeel, I can think, wow, that's a sleek piece of metal / cool robot you got there. Or, dang, that's a nice floating ice sculpture. But with Regirock, I just think, hey man, that mountain moved. I now know how Charlie Brown felt every Halloween when adults would give him rocks. Why did they do that, by the way? You don't know him, he's just a random kid. Why do you even have rocks in your house? Why would you give that to a kid for Halloween? Where'd you get the rocks? What did he even do? This isn't about Pokemon anymore. Whoops. Number 8. Entei. This might be a really weird reason, but let's be real. You guys are used to that. I'm pretty sure I said I didn't like a shiny Pokemon because it looked like it didn't shower. But yeah, that makes sense. It's weird, but you need to encourage proper cleanliness. Who are we talking about again? Oh, right, Entei. So I had to go ahead and throw a roaming Pokemon on this list because why not? It was frustrating as a kid when you didn't know the roaming strategies and actually tried to track him down without mean look. The one thing that really creeped me out as a kid was in the third Pokemon movie when he steals Ash's mom and hypnotizes her. Like, what? Why would you do that? That's just off limits. You don't mess around with another person's mom. That is very un-excellente. Number 7. Yveltal? Is that how you say it? See, I think it's Evilta because evil, but I don't know if people are gonna get mad about that. I just want to say a Pokemon's name. Evilta is a really nicely designed Pokemon that does justice to the flying dark typing. It also has some really cool dark moves that fit its personality and has an awesome color design. The problem here is if you look at its Pokedex entry, it states, when its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Which means, when it dies, everything dies. How selfish is that? Give a little love, not a lot of death. Number 6. Rotomwash. If anything, you've got to at least give this list credit for having some really out there reasons so far. And here's another one. Rotomwash has been one of the most terrifying Pokemon for me to face in competitive battles. And boy, can I not remember what the heck its typing is. In Generation 4, it would be Ghost Electric no matter what. But that was changed to getting rid of the Ghost type and giving it the typing of whatever household appliance it possessed. That might seem simple, but in-game, I can't remember for the life of me what type gets replaced, so I always try to hit it with a Ghost or Dark move thinking it's super effective, and then it runs down my whole team because I didn't bring a counter. It's still a pretty cool Pokemon aside from that. I just can't help but think that this is the worst Pokemon whenever I get into a battle with one. Fun fact, my favorite version is the lawnmower because of its hilarious smile. And it can cut the grass for me. I really don't want to do that. Number 5. Diancie. This is purely a design thing. I think it's kind of cool, but I just can't help but think it looks like a radioactive Mr. Burns possessing a pile of poop. Which would make sense because Mr. Burns is old. Doesn't mean I don't think it doesn't look like poop, you know? Number 4. A Llamamola. I mean, what a terrible legendary Pokemon. It isn't even legendary. Alright, jokes aside, just imagine how bad this Pokemon would be as a legendary Pokemon. It looks like a love disc that got stung by multiple bees and had an allergic reaction. Also imagine it being part of a dramatic cutscene. Oh no, the world is in trouble. We need help from the legendary Pokemon, blah blah blah, to save us now. Just awful, that is just not a good legendary Pokemon. Number 3. Fiona. Fiona is a weird legendary Pokemon. It just kind of falls off Manaphy, and it's taller than it somehow. Its design is barely changed too. It's just another water droplet with worse stats. It feels like an Easter egg the Pokemon Company just took a little too far. Like, it was a joke they made once, and then actually put it into the game. Personally, while I like Manaphy, I forget about it a lot, and it always felt very different from the rest of the Generation 4 Pokemon. So imagine how I feel about Fiona when you get it by breeding a Manaphy, and it just sits there, looking the same, with worse stats, not even evolving back. Also, its head looks like one of those jars from Zelda. Number 2. Arceus. Again, another Pokemon I like for its design, but was just really ruined by the decisions revolving around it. Let's start from the beginning. This Pokemon is actually unobtainable in-game. You were supposed to get the Azure Flute by Wi-Fi distribution like you'd get the Member's Key or Oak's Letter for Darkrai and Shaman. However, Masuda thought it would be too confusing for people to use, so they didn't release it. Confusing? What, do I actually have to learn how to play the flute? Do I gotta go take lessons, come back, and play a full concert to unlock this Pokemon? Not to mention the fact that this is supposed to be the god of all Pokemon. It would feel weird to catch it in game because you could just chuck one Master Ball at it and boom! All its powers are nullified. However, giving it away as an event gift at every possible turn and never letting you encounter the Pokemon in a dramatic way makes Arceus feel even less special. What I would do is instead of letting you even catch the Pokemon in game, you should go through some huge after-game quest that when you finish, Arceus sees that you are a proven strong trainer and joins you on your quest willingly. That would be a unique way of allowing you to obtain him while still maintaining his persona as a powerful Pokemon. But no. I gotta go pre-order my copy at GameStop so I could be given one. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. I wasn't trying to do an accent. I don't even know what's going on there, honestly. Number 1. Regigigas. Regigigas has to be one of the most underwhelming legendary Pokemon you can imagine. I enjoy the whole, it's the ruler of all the other Regis and you have to unlock it with them like a Megamorph from Power Ranger. Is it Megamorph? No, wait, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh, I looked it up. It's a Megazord? Anyways, this guy looks like macaroni art gone wrong. Like, if someone took a pile of glue, stuck some macaroni in it, then dropped it in the dirt and mold started to grow on it, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Its ability alone makes it a super weak Pokemon too. Slow Start halves its attack and speed for 5 turns. That's already pretty bad, but if you switch it out, the counter resets, making you have to wait another 5 turns. That ability alone drops his Pokemon into the PU tier, which makes sense because he probably does smell what with all the mold. That puts him in a tier with Pokemon like Basculin and Wormadam. This great colossal legendary Pokemon is as strong as a Wormadam. What? Well, that's all for today, folks. Why'd I say folks? I had a lot of fun making this list as legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon are a fun topic to talk about. I'm just saying legendary Pokemon. That's it. No more. I can't. You guys get mad at me every time. What am I supposed to do? There's only like 5 actual legendary Pokemon. When I grew up, there was only legendary Pokemon. If you have any insight on these guys or disagree with anything I said, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and keep on catching. Until next time. I know someone is going to say that it's pronounced Arceus, but I'm not. I refuse. There's no way that C turns into a K with those corresponding letters afterwards. It's just no. Stop.